Hello there, and welcome to Trope on a Rope, the show where we pull on the blue rubber gloves and root through the hand luggage and inner cavities of cinema to discover what's what. This is your captain speaking, so please stow your shit, strap yourselves in, and get comfortable, because today we're cruising at an altitude of heightened entertainment, where the stakes are high and the possibility of one of the protagonists having to land a plane is an almost certainty, because there's mother-flipping stakes on these mother-flipping planes. My name's Jeff, and I'm joined by Mr. Colin Gerard. Salutations, bitch.
I have to say, was thoroughly impressed with that one. The altitude one. I like that. That was good. You started off on a high note. I'm flying high. It's good. Hello.
The trope that we're talking about for the next three films is stakes on a plane. Action within a confined space, high above the ground, in a cheap aluminium tube full of people's farts.
Stole my joke. Damn it.
Well, I think it was an almost certainty that one of us would say it, so I had to get there. How do you feel about these kind of movies? Your Red Eyes, your Air Force Ones, your Snakes on a Plane, which we are not looking at Snakes on a Plane for this. We're just stealing the name for Stakes on a Plane.
I like the idea of having like some kind of threat, overt or otherwise, in a confined space where there's no escape, literally no escaping it. It's not like you can jump out the window and go, "Ha, I got away," because then you'll die. Although there are a lot of these movies, and there's only a certain amount of threats that can happen, to the point where one of the threats was snakes literally on a plane.
I do like these kind of films because it's contained action. There's a non-stop. I think one of these films is actually called Non-Stop. Once it's up in the air, it can't stop until it lands.
Yeah,
and landing most of the time, the landing part is the tricky bit.
Yeah, because the captain gets sick or dies,
or the wheels fall off, or fucking something. So there's like a built-in ticking clock. There's isolation. There's problem solving using only the things that are on the plane to start with.
Yeah.
Most of these need to be set up beforehand.
And usually like the threat can be something over, like terrorists are on the plane and they're pointing guns at you. So everyone knows what the threat is, and either they're cowering or actively working together in some way to try and counteract it. But like this one's more of a psychological one where there's literally only two people that know there's a problem. The guy with the threat and the person who is being threatened, and neither can say to anyone else and get help from anyone else. So it's more of a, how the fuck do I get out of this without, otherwise my dad on the ground will die kind of thing. Yeah.
We're talking, I don't think I've mentioned it so far. We're talking about Red Eye, 2005's Red Eye with what's her name?
Rachel McAdams
and Cillian Murphy.
Or the Scarecrow, if you will.
And Rachel McAdams from Mean Girls. She was in Mean Girls. That was it.
The only thing I don't like about these kind of films, is that they're done so often that the threat now there's not really anything new. It's the same thing again and again and again. So now it just comes down to who does it, how well they do it.
I remember what I was going to say. These films were super prevalent pre 9/11.
Yeah, for some reason
they fucking disappeared, right?
Can't think why that might be.
Like, if you watch back these films, and it reminds you of a world where fucking people just wandered onto aeroplanes without a care in the world, with their minimal security,
with their AR-15 on their back. It's my right.
Just wandering onto planes with whatever the fuck they liked. Getting into all sorts of fisticuffs. Now, even like a mild argument mid-air causes a plane to land.
Yeah. Fucking annoying.
You just get like three drunk Brits on a fucking plane to Ibiza, and that plane's not getting there.
Well, because they usually that's not because of mid-air drunkenness, though. That's usually because they're drunk before they take off.
Yeah, they're drunk before they take off. I would never, ever, ever get like an EasyJet or a fucking Ryanair flight to Ibiza, because I've seen enough videos of them on the internet of A, they look like shithole planes, and B, everyone's fucking off their tits in a tube. Imagine working for that.
Yeah, one guy on the wing, holding the wing, beating the airplane up with the wing. He's just ripped off with superhuman alcoholic strength, flapping it. Try stay in flight.
If they did that thing from like the Twilight Zone, William Shatner, there's something on the wing. The cabin crew would be like, yeah, well, I'm sure there fucking is. There's something going on. There's two people fucking in the bathroom right now. So
unfortunately, there are many things inside the plane that are far more dangerous than that gremlin eating the engine.
If that gremlin kills us all, they'll be doing us a favor. Just make it quick.
90% of people on this 90% of people on this plane are the worst people in the world. So
but yeah, super prevalent these films before 9/11. After, kind of dropped off. This film, though, surprisingly, 2005.
strangely, they stopped films about airplanes. They didn't stop making tall buildings, though, did they? Sorry.
Fucking hell. Shall we get into the film? I've got my blurb, and then we can discuss this. Red Eye tells the story of Lisa, a hotel manager who's taken the late-night Red Eye flight to Miami, where she meets Jack, an incompetent kidnapper/terrorist/hitman who threatens her to comply with his overcomplicated and needlessly convoluted mission to kill a senator or something. In a film so full of holes, you could wrap it in plastic and sell it as cheese.
Swiss cheese, no less.
I don't normally show my cards during the blurb, but you can probably tell what I feel of this film.
Well, from that blurb, I thought solid film. I don't think you need to hide your cards on this one, to be honest.
Normally, I write about like 2 pages of notes on these films. I've not written anything on this.
I wrote one word. Meh.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool.
I had one massively awesome thing going for it, which is obviously Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Well done for being you. Well done for being you. Good job.
And that's it.
Continue.
Okay. Cool. Right. Well, the IMDb's and the Rotten Tomatoes are quite high for this. IMDb 6.5, and Rotten Tomatoes is a staggering 79%. What is your initial feelings on this film?
This film struck me immediately, and it's mostly from the aesthetic, is like a mid-90s film. Partly because of maybe it's because of the airport TVs, maybe it's because of the online technology, but everything just seemed, even the picture quality of the TVs and the clothes they were wearing just seemed like a mid-90s movie, but it's not, is it?
No, it's 2005.
Exactly. So yeah, that was weird. Again, yeah, I just don't really know what the point. What's his name? John?
Jack Ripner.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he was. I understand what he was doing. It was fairly obvious what he's doing. He kept explaining it over and over again. Why was he doing it?
All right. So just to sum up, what is his plan? So the plot loosely of this film is Rachel McAdams is a hotel manager.
Very good one.
A very good one. The best in the game. One of those types. She is where did she start? Like Texas or something?
I can't remember where she was, but she was away in another place.
Grandmother's funeral, right? So she's flying back to Miami where she works and lives, and where her father lives as well.
Her father and mother are separated,
which is a detail that's not important to anything.
Yep. It's only important to one thing. That's not her mother isn't at the house at the end. That's the only.
It's so that they didn't have to cast an extra person.
That too.
Yeah. Her father, by the way, who is Brian Cox. Brian Cox. I assume he just came in for like one day to film.
I thought when I saw Brian Cox was in this, I was like, oh, Brian Cox, the physicist. Cool. Let's see him act, and it wasn't him. And I was like, oh, that Brian Cox.
Yeah, the one that's an actor. The only time where
Yeah.
you're not sure which Brian Cox you're getting is like on like BBC Question Time.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got
Yeah.
also Brian Cox. And like, oh, is it the actor or is it the physicist?
Yeah. I never knew this actor's name. Now I know he has the name of a physicist.
Yeah, or a physicist has his name.
No.
Just flat. No, not discussing it any
No.
further. No. Yeah, Brian Cox, I assume he came in for like one day to film because a lot of this film he spends just moving from one chair to another.
Wearing the same clothes.
Wearing the same clothes, yeah.
He does two things. He's either talking on the phone or he's lying on the floor.
So where did I get in the description of what's happening in this thing? So she gets on the flight back to Miami, right?
Yep.
And on the flight, she meets Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy, who seems charming and lovely and all that kind of stuff. But then when on the plane, and she can't get out, turns out he's a hitman, something terrorist maybe guy.
I actually think the beginning of the movie, Cillian Murphy was really good.
Yeah.
I love the way he big revealed the fact that he's a hitman by just blatantly saying it, and then she went, ha ha, but why can't you tell me what you do? I just did.
I do like that when they do that in films. Yeah, no, I told you.
That up to that point, Cillian Murphy, 100%, fucking fantastic. Good you.
On the plane, yeah, he reveals that he is a hitman or something. They want
whoever the fuck they are,
because they don't answer that. They're trying to kill a senator, I think. The senator is staying at Rachel McAdams' hotel. They want her to use her influence to change his room so that it's easier for them to kill him.
Is it so it's easier for them to kill him, or so that they know which room for certain he's in? Because they could, if it's the second one, they could have just asked her, and that could have been the threat. And she could have, well, he's in room 402. But they changed him purposely to one that's like facing the sea.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's to put him into an easier to kill position.
Right.
I guess.
One, I do believe that Cillian Murphy says what his original room number is.
Oh, okay.
So they do know what the starting room is. So apparently this senator stays at the same. Right, let's pick this bitch apart. The senator stays in the same room all the time, right? That's what they say. The Secret Service sweep it. It's their normal room. When they do change the room, the Secret Service are like, this is a bit dodge. Maybe we should just go to like the backup hotel.
And I was about to say they have a backup hotel with a booking just in case this kind of thing happens. So they could have just gone there.
Which the senator's like, no, it's been a long day. Let's just accept the change of room.
They accept the change of room because he knows Rachel McAdams' character, and it was on her authority, and he trusts her. But she doesn't. She never speaks to him.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's on her authority could be bullshit, and therefore shouldn't be trusted, and therefore should have still gone for the fucking backup room in another hotel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll circle back to that bit. Why is it easier to kill him? So they move him to another room, right? The room that they moved into, as you mentioned, is on the sea, facing the sea.
Yeah.
Right. The assassins themselves are on a boat.
The only boat.
Assumably, because from the look of the building, there isn't like an inner core, like an inner courtyard. It's just like a skyscraper. So, assumably, all the rooms face outward.
Yep.
Right? So, if it's not on the original room, if it's not on the seaside, it must have been on the other side, the city side.
Yep.
Where is easier to hide a hitman or a sniper or a bazooka wielding dude? In a city or on a boat and no people
Yeah.
are?
Where is it harder for them to search for a hitman or a machine gun or a place where there are hundreds and hundreds of other rooms, possible snipers,
Hmm.
people, or the one boat?
The one boat in the middle of the sea, which is famous, the sea, for not having people in it.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the fish aren't assassinating anyone, so we can rule them out straight away.
That's what a fool does, Colin. A fool lets his guard down and trusts the fish, all right? That's how the end of humanity comes.
As a fucking piranha just flies through the air, nibbles his neck open.
We got the taste of blood from fucking, what's her name? Isla Fisher in one of the previous films.
So yeah, that is a massive hole.
Yeah.
He was in the easier to assassinate, harder for them to find the killer room already.
Yeah.
And they changed it into the now there's only one possible place he could be assassinated from, with the one lone ship that happens to be there.
Yeah.
Which they search.
Yeah.
But they don't lift up the fucking fishing lines, do they?
They don't think to pick up the fishing lines. Yeah, because there's a bazooka on the end of their fishing lines.
Oh. Fucking it.
Where would you hide weapons on a boat? Under the boat is like the easiest place to hide shit.
Or like in plain sight, disguised as a massive cigar.
Indeed, you say. Yeah, no. So the plan to move. Also, like the senator's just like he's in a car at one point that's just driving around. He's in an airport that's like nice and open. He's just standing out the front of the building at one point. Just kill him at any of those points.
Where again, they know always where he is. They just the one thing this plan is contingent on is that they know exactly where he is. He's in this room, facing the sea. Yeah, but you know where he is always. Yeah. You're gonna fire a rocket into his fucking house.
Yeah, blow his car up in the carpool outside the hotel.
You've got an assassin sitting outside Rachel McAdams' father's house. Put him outside the senator's house.
It would have been easier to fucking put a bomb in the lobby of the hotel and then just fuck off and detonate it remotely.
Yeah. None of this fucking airplane shenanigans. Completely pointless. And so many things could have gone wrong.
Yeah.
Like she may have refused to cooperate. Oh no.
I love the fact that we've busted a hole in their plan. We haven't even this is the first time we've mentioned the airplane bit.
But let's once again, as we have to every single time we review a not amazing movie, suspend our disbelief enough to think that all of the other ideas we just came up with, which were way better ideas, were somehow fucking impossible. And literally the only way he could die, maybe he's immune to everything except rocket launchers launched from a ship. Okay?
Maybe he's immune to everything. Are you saying that he's some kind of meta-human? Are you saying that Cillian Murphy's character might be the good guy in this?
Yes, I am.
So the senator, holy shit. So maybe the senator, if the senator lives, why are we going after this particular senator? Like, he seems squeaky clean. Maybe he's dodge as fuck.
He does seem very, very squeaky clean, doesn't he?
That is suspiciously so. So maybe
suspiciously clean.
If he can only be killed by rocket launchers,
launched from a boat,
specifically launched from boats, then yeah, maybe he's like a meta-human, and maybe he's like working his way like through the corridors of power so that he can use his influence to manipulate policies and laws that we won't realize until it's too late that we're fucked.
Till the meta-humans have taken over. And it makes perfect sense because he doesn't live near the sea.
Motherfucker's a linchpin. Motherfucker's a linchpin. In like the future fall of humanity. Oh my god, Cillian Murphy's the Rachel McAdams, what have you done?
Yeah, but she was unknowing and she's cute, so I forgive her.
So basically, Cillian Murphy's the good guy, but he's not good at explaining himself. Like maybe if he,
Well, in the same way that he's a bad guy that's not good at explaining himself or doing things, he's actually a good guy who's not good at explaining himself or doing things.
all right,
He's just
okay.
he's still shit. He's just a good person.
Oh fucking hell! Where are we with the plan? Right, we've barely mentioned the plane.
There's a plane, by the way.
Are we in agreement then that the way that they try to kill the senator, then they fail, by the way,
Yeah,
to kill the senator
because he wasn't in the room.
because he wasn't in the room.
Ah, the one flaw in the plan. What if they leave the room?
To get the senator in that room where they fucking biff it to kill him in the first place. To get him in the room, they use Rachel. He goes on the plane to threaten Rachel McAdams. They've got a dude waiting outside her father's house and will kill the father if she doesn't comply. And what she has to do is phone the hotel, change the rooms over, and authorize the change of the rooms in her name.
That's all she has to do.
That's all she has to do. And she spends the film basically, and like I do like the back and forth between them.
Yeah,
I like the sitting down.
I like Rachel McAdams' character in this as well. I think she does a good job of given her odd situation.
I like Cillian Murphy. I mean, I think it's a low point for Cillian Murphy, but still he does well with it.
Yeah, totally agree. It's just the entire premise of the movie I disagree mostly with.
which is a bit of a problem.
I mean, Cillian Murphy's a fantastic actor. So, like, even if he has a role which really doesn't make any sense, he still acts it amazingly well and charmingly. So, well done, you. Choose better scripts.
I don't think that going through Rachel McAdams is the way they should have gone with this anyway. But if they were to go the Rachel McAdams route, should he have done it at the airport?
Well, I mean, they met at the airport, right?
Yeah.
Should he have done it on the airplane? I mean, he could have met her at the airport because he knows that she's going to be there. That's why he meets her there. So fair enough. Meeting her at the airport, not a problem. Why wait until he gets on the airplane to do it? When he could have just like made some either kidnapped her blatantly or made some excuse. Oh, your father's having a massive heart attack. I'm his financial advisor, and he's asked me to take you outside. Bundle her into a taxi cab and tie her up.
Yeah.
Why do it on the plane where so many fucking things can possibly go wrong?
And you can't escape if things do go wrong.
Yeah.
You're in a tube. You can't get out. The tube is in the air. The tube is full of farts.
Yeah, distracting smells.
Distracting smells. Shit on in-flight entertainment, by the way. I mean, I suppose it's a domestic flight, but still.
Yeah, this is another thing that made me think of maybe this is just domestic American flights, but like I thought it seemed like a mid-90s movie because there's no like TV screens in the back of the seats like they always have now with with movies and shit on it.
Yeah.
They just have a phone.
The airphone. Oh, by the way, I did like the airphone bit where the phone got disconnected. But
yeah, that's clever.
She continued to like bullshit her way through it, and then he like notices that the dude next to him is like banging his handset because it's disconnected.
But again, like I've said, of all the things, so many things could have gone wrong with this plan just because he's on a plane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the plane part of it should have been avoided.
The plane part of it should have. There are too many stakes on this plane. You should have. Then you didn't need to do it on the plane. He could have done because it's just like a conversation with her in a public place.
He could have done it at the bar at the beginning when they're waiting
That's what I'm
for
getting
the flight.
to. Yeah, he could have done it at the bar at the beginning because that's also a public place surrounded by people, and it's like, don't fucking make a scene. But I've got this.
Exactly.
You need to do this.
The exact same situation applies. She won't be able to shout out and get the police because her dad had died.
Yeah,
that's the same. That could happen anywhere.
Yeah, he could have done it at the bar.
There's literally less ways of it to fuck up that way.
Yeah, and if it did fuck up, he can run away because he's on the fucking ground.
And it's happening earlier. So if it does fuck up, he has more time to rectify the situation.
The best way for him to have done this, to include the plane, again, we're taking it that going the Rachel McAdams route was the best way, which it wasn't, and we'll get to that in a bit. But using Rachel McAdams, if he had done it in the bar, and then he had taken her to the plane and sat her on the plane and said, "Right, we're just going to sit on the plane now, and you just stay here. We'll sit here, and when in flight, everything will be done. Don't need to worry about it." As soon as he sat her down, if he then did the headbutt thing, knocked her out, and then went before the plane is taken off, actually, I need to. I think I've left something in the terminal, or I don't feel I've got fear of flying. And he gets off the plane and just leaves her on the plane, knocked out.
Don't wake my friend. She's dead tired.
Yes, that's. Thank you. Yes, 100%. Yes, that. But without climbing, doesn't Arnie climb through the wheel well of the car of that plane?
He does, yeah. He's going to try and avoid that by getting off before the plane takes off.
What film is that? Commando. Yeah, fuck, I've got to watch that.
And I know I've misquoted it, but that's the general gist of what he says.
Yeah, no, I believe that's what he says. Hang on, got to put
something like that. It's close to that.
I got to see how much that is on Amazon. Commando Blu-ray, £35. Get fucked. Oh, £8. That's better. I don't need the special director's cut. Fuck that. I just want the normal one.
That movie had a director? Wow.
You fucking wash your mouth out, bitch.
It's a good movie.
So yeah, where did we land on this? So where did we land? Hey. We've pointed out so far that they didn't need to move the senator to a different room to be able to kill him. There was like 100 different ways that they could have done it instead. The way that they did do it is stupid and convoluted. They didn't need to coerce Rachel McAdams on the plane. They could have done it on the ground.
I don't think that's if they even needed to coerce Rachel McAdams at all. They didn't need necessarily to change the room. So
point number 3. Did they need Rachel McAdams at all?
Yeah. I mean, for the movie, yes, because she's hot.
You know who they should have approached? Cynthia.
Who the fuck is Cynthia?
The girl who's actually working at the hotel that night.
All right. Yes. Right. But she doesn't have the connections and the code. But she would have called her Rachel McAdams like she does at the beginning.
At the beginning of the film, she gets Rachel McAdams' login details because of a difficult customer.
Problem solved.
Also, why? Right, the difficult customer at the beginning of the film, they ask for a different room, and they're assholes. And she says, "I can't do that with my login doesn't allow me to do that." What possibly can you do at the reception desk of a hotel if your login account doesn't give you the power to change someone's room?
Well, I've asked this question many times when I've been at a hotel, Jeff, because they tend not to be able to do fucking anything ever. So I found that to be fairly accurate, to be honest.
All right, okay, I'll back off on that. But
I see your point, though.
Yeah, she does call Rachel McAdams, and Rachel McAdams gives her login details over the phone, so she has them now. And I assume that this isn't the first time this has happened, so she probably just should write that shit down. But if Cillian Murphy approached the hotel woman instead, Cynthia's her name, and threatened her instead, she could have still called up Rachel McAdams for a different reason, maybe the complaining people.
She could have remembered the code from before.
Yeah.
B, she could have called and been honest about the situation. Or C, she could have called and made up another random situation about that couple just to get the code.
Just to get the code to get into the system and change the senator's thing. Because when the senator comes in and says, "Oh, we've changed the room," who's authorized this? Cynthia just says it.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that Rachel McAdams doesn't talk to the senator. No, no.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even need the fucking login details, really.
Yeah.
Just say Lisa said this.
Oh yeah,
All
shit.
right.
That's a good point. Just move him to a different room and just say yeah,
He's literally only going to be there for 10 minutes before he blows up.
and then you're gonna blow it up. They should have gone out to. They should have gone for Cynthia, or just.
Yep.
You're right. You're right. You don't need login details to just tell a dude that he's in a different room. They could have just killed Cynthia and Cillian Murphy just pose as hotel staff.
Oh, at which point Cillian Murphy isn't even needed for the entire operation.
Yeah.
Neither is the assassin. They've just lowered their costs. They just need a guy. Actually, no, Cillian Murphy is needed still. He needs to talk to Cynthia. They just need the guy in the rocket launcher and Cillian Murphy. That's it.
All they had to do was infiltrate the hotel.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
do
assuming
this
they've been
mad
planning that.
plane shit.
Cynthia could have been like working there for months. It could have been hired by the assassins to work there.
Yeah.
Make sure you take the Sunday shift.
That's all they needed for this was to get access to the hotel. They could have got a job at the hotel, posed as a hotel. They could have posed as hotel staff. Cillian Murphy, his most demanding role yet, as a literal hotel. Anything else about their plan? I think we've comprehensively
deconstructed
the plan.
They're shit at plans.
How many people are in their little group, by the way? There's like 6 people.
There's Cillian Murphy's on the airplane. For some reason, there are 5 people on the boat.
Is there 5 people on the boat? There's
or is it like 3 to 5? I can't remember exactly.
I think there's 3 on the back, and there's 1 that's driving it up top. So there's like 7 or 8 people in their team, right?
Yep. There's the assassin. That's it. Yeah.
So they sat down and had a meeting about how they're going to do this, and not a single one of them went,
What's up, Dave? That's fucking Dave again. Is always the naysayer.
This plan's bullshit.
For fuck's sake, Dave! Don't you have anything constructive to say?
We invite you to take part, but all we ask is that you remain positive.
Yeah, but I mean, who's going to be the guy with the bazooka? Muggins here, isn't it?
Yeah. So their plan, absolute bullshit.
Did they have to buy the boat?
Yeah. There's so much. Actually, yeah, no, thinking about it, now that you've said that, buying the boat is a paper trail, isn't it? Even renting the boat is a paper trail. Getting on the plane is a paper trail. The airport is full of security, paper trail. Renting the car
lots of
is
videos.
probably paper trail. There's so much fucking evidence that if they just anything else.
Didn't Cillian Murphy planned if once the assassination was done, he's just going to kill Rachel McAdams to get rid of that evidence, and then his dad's going to get assassinated anyway, get rid of that threat as well.
Yeah, probably.
It was lucky that Rachel McAdams had been previously mugged.
Right.
Well, they show when she's getting changed, they show the scar.
I fucking hate. I hate the fact that they gave her this little bit of backstory. The reason that she fights back is because she was raped in the past, and now is going to fight back this time.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
It's the only reason. And the fact is, she doesn't even mention it. She doesn't fight back until she tells the story.
Yeah. Well, she kind of fights back in a kind of not doing as she's told kind of way. That's about as far as it goes, though.
I generally hate this idea that you have to explain why female characters can fight people. We had this last time with the people complaining about Michelle Rodriguez being a brawler. So why can a girl be the brawler? Have you not met Michelle Rodriguez? She'd kick your ass.
Fuck yeah, she would. I'd probably enjoy it though.
Why do you need to explain these things? I mean, people keep pointing out, but girls are smaller and weaker. There's a literal classical story called David and Goliath that is known, we've known for fucking centuries, that points out specifically that speed, skill, and intelligence overcome strength every time.
Or at least can overcome strength.
Yeah.
I mean, just because something is stronger than you doesn't mean there's no way to beat it.
Yeah.
There are other ways.
So, like, I was thinking, because people did this for, like, Rey in Star Wars. So, oh, how come she can, like, use a sword? She lives by herself on a planet as a scavenger where she has to fight for survival every day. And you're, like, going, but she's a girl. How can she fight a sword against one emo guy without training? Why does, in the original Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, he's a farm boy, and at the end of that film, he's flying a fucking fighter jet.
A water farmer, no less. Not even a proper farmer.
It's not even proper water, it's moisture. That's fuck all.
I mean, shit farmer he is.
At the end of that film, he's flying a fucking fighter jet like it ain't no thing. All we know about his backstory is that he can drive a car and he kills animals for fun. That's all we know.
And he's quite good at with robots.
He's quite good with robots. That's all. And he's flying a fighter jet, and no one fucking questions that. Phantom Menace. And Phantom Menace, that little kid, yeah, he can drive a pod racer, which are basically fucking race cars. And at the end of that, he's flying a fucking spaceship. Lewis Hamilton is shit hot at the F1, but given an F-16, yes, and I'm pretty sure he can do fuck all with that.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So I don't know why we keep having to fucking explain why girls can do stuff. We never used to do this stuff. Why is Ripley a badass? Because she fucking is.
Because he's fucking Ripley. Well, because she has to be.
Because yes, that's exactly it. Because it's the same reason that most dudes are badass in films. Because they have to be.
Because if she wasn't, there wouldn't be an Alien 2. And same as, yeah, like you say, with any movie, with anyone in it, guy or girl, because they're pretty much put in a situation where they have to be.
Rise or fall, bitches. And so, yeah, we never used to be this like, why is it? So I fucking hate that there's a character point for Rachel McAdams. It's the only character point that she has, is the fact that she fights back against this dude because she was raped in the past.
Yeah, it's completely irrelevant. She could have just fought back.
Yeah.
Which she would have done, because her dad was in danger, and that's kind of what you do.
Yeah, she could have just fought back because it was necessary and she needed to. Fuck you, Phil.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, rant over.
The story did work on one level in that while she fought back while she was telling the story, which was a distraction. So the story only worked as like she could have told a different story, but it was just to distract his attention from the fact that she had a pen.
Yeah. What I will say is, I was just thinking of if there's anything else that we haven't mentioned. The other characters on the plane.
I like the little girl.
Yeah, the little girl was all right. The woman with the book, that was fine.
The annoying American guy, he was an annoying American guy.
Narrow it down because they're all Americans.
The one that Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams have to calm down inside the airport at the beginning.
Oh, the businessman who's got business plans.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, I can't be here. I'm on important business. There's one of these guys in every one of these fucking films.
Yep. and they're always really fucking pointless and annoying. And also accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't in it again. He was in the beginning and the end.
Beginning and the end, yeah.
Yeah. But he wasn't in any other part of the film. He wasn't like waiting for the toilet, being huffy whilst they were having a fight in the. Oh, I just forgot to remind her. In the toilet where she gets down on the floor and she's got her head. You're on your hands and knees in a domestic flight toilet's bathroom. Ugh, gross.
I've done that before.
Ugh.
Horrible hangover.
Like her hair's all over the toilet seat and all that kind of shit. She doesn't wash up afterwards. I'm just like, you need to change this film to Pink Eye. I'm quite proud that I just thought of that.
Having said that, in the greater scheme of things, her dad was being threatened to death. So
I know, but she's got piss on her hair.
And a dad was being prejudiced.
Oh, fucking dog. It amazes me in these situations. Yeah, I know they're talking quietly, but there's like punch. There's
Nobody overhears.
nobody ever hears, especially the people behind or in front. They do show a wide shot with the people behind or asleep,
Who are they going?
but they don't show who's in front. And yeah, like because he hits her pretty hard.
Can I ask a random question?
Yeah.
They got those two kids that keep getting shown having arguments like they're twins or something. What was there a point to them?
I can't remember them at all.
I think there's two
the teenagers.
yeah.
I was talking about little kids. She steals the pen, right?
Oh, that's where she gets the pen. I was wondering where she got the pen from.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Is there anything else that we haven't mentioned about this god awful fucking film?
Oh, there's a lot. We haven't even got through halfway through the flight. But basically, we've I think we can miss most of the flight. We've kind of covered that with she tries to avoid having to do what she has to do, ends up having to do what she has to do. I did like the fact that she stabs him in the throat with the pen that she steals.
Emergency tracheostomy.
And he's doesn't stop him. Merely an inconvenience.
Yeah, he just becomes Captain Wheezy after that.
Yeah, he's like,
like I had to look up when this film was made afterwards because when she gets off that plane, I'm like, that's fucking lax. That's pre 9/11 security, isn't it?
Yeah, she's waiting by the door. And there's no one there. And she just fucking buggers off. In the house, there's the actual like saving her father bit near the end.
Yeah.
Which her father, he's lazy. He doesn't do anything. She's getting chased around the house. He's just lying there, sleep the whole time. And then doesn't he ends up shooting Cillian Murphy, right? Because she shoots him in the leg. And when he finally decides to wake up, he shoots him in the heart.
Yeah. When she's in the airport and she's being chased by Cillian Murphy, hello, and airport security are running to the plane. She's in a newsstand and she's like doing this, like fucking looking across, like picking up a book and just looking at it just as the as the security goes by, and then puts the book down and then fucks off. I think post 9/11 security the bookshop staff are like, that's sus as fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
If you acted like that in an airport, you're getting your ass tased.
I'd say this was quite a small point in the movie that I actually quite liked, though. The fact that she's just stabbed him in the neck.
Yeah. So
they all assume that she's the threat, and the actual bad guy is free to run around doing whatever he wants. I thought that was quite a nice little point.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it that. Anything else?
The credits were quite nice.
What, just because the film had ended?
Yeah. I still don't know who wanted to kill the senator.
Yeah.
I mean, other than McCracken, whatever his name was.
Bill.
Cillian Murphy. Yeah. What was his name? McRippon?
Jack Ripner, and I just told a Phil McCracken joke.
I missed that, sorry.
Jack Ripner, yeah.
I am right in thinking that we never find out why they want the senator dead or who wants him dead, right?
No.
Then why did we watch this fucking movie?
Because we Googled it and it was rough, and we thought that it was set mostly on a plane.
and it is. Well, we were right. So, all in all, I'd give that about a 9.5 out of 10.
Where are you sitting then, really?
I did like Cillian Murphy's acting.
Yeah.
Shown by the role. I also like Rachel McAdams' face, body, and acting.
Her body of work, you mean?
Exactly what I was referring to. In no way misogynistically. And there were some nice moments.
Yeah.
I don't know. For those two reasons alone, I'd probably go up for high as a 5.
I'm going nowhere near that. I'm going 2.
Yeah, I thought I was being generous.
Charity won't get you nowhere.
I just don't like giving really low scores for things. But yeah, I mean, literally the only two things that I can think of that are redeeming about it is the acting of Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams and Rachel McAdams' body. There's 3 things. I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, so they get for me they get a point each, and then everything else detracts away from.
Did you forget about Rachel McAdams' body?
Of work? No, I had it up on Google a minute ago. Gonna do that joke in every single podcast. Speaking of misogyny, Cillian Murphy's character, he's like weirdly. I know he's a bad guy, and bad guys can just say shitty things, but it's weirdly misogynistic. Some of the things he says to her.
Probably, I don't remember.
There's a bit where he just goes, "Can you get your fucking female emotions and need to be a whiny bitch or something like that out and replace it with some good male logic or something like that."
Which may have been a good character, may have been a good line for a character we had any information about or backstory that would explain why he has those points of view, which we don't. So it was just a random throwaway shitty line.
Anyway, this film was a piece of shit.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice, Jeff.
You're welcome. You have to take the good with the bad.
Do I have to?
I tried to find if there's any good trivia about this film. No, there isn't. There's none.
The one thing I could find was it exists.
Yeah. Oh, the fake airline. Oh, the only thing that I've learned today was doing a bit of research about this film is there is a fan Wikipedia that logs fake airlines in films.
Really?
So this one's Fresh Air. So if you type in Fresh Air airline, you'll find the Wikipedia that logs all fake airlines from films, which I kind of like.
Fresh Air.
Yeah, Fresh Air, which apparently what used to be a real airline in Nigeria, but it was cargo planes.
Originally founded by Will Smith.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
He was the Fresh Prince Bel Air.
Right, I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, there's loads of other things I could say. I'm not sure any of them would be useful.
Next film is Passenger 57, right?
Which was my choice, and I take full responsibility for that choice.
I have not seen that film since it came out. I don't even know what it's about. So
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
Nope.
Yeah, I can't remember a single thing about it apart from the fact that it's got Wesley Snipes.
I think the main character doesn't pay his taxes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
What was it? This was the first one of the 3, right?
This first of the 3, yeah, and then
what's the last one?
Executive Decision.
Okay, I like executive decision.
Yeah, so do I.
Got Giuligiziama, however you pronounce that name. I seem to have lost the ability. Seem to have forgotten how to speak in the last 3 minutes.
Leguizamo.
Okay.
Cole, if people were to endeavor to search for you, where would they find you?
I'm on Instagram, colin.gerard.92.
Yeah.
And I'm on Facebook, Colin Gerard. And I'm in Osaka. If you just walk around aimlessly, you might bump into me.
Fair enough, skis. And we are on YouTube at The Badger's Apprentice, where you can get static videos of these podcasts, as well as other shenanigans. And TikTok at Badger's Apprentice. Couldn't get the for some reason. And on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called at TBA. That's The Badger's Apprentice _ tweets. So hit us up. I started that sentence like there was a second part to it, and there wasn't. So I ran out of steam there. So hit us up.
Like John thought, I thought you were going to do the what's his name, Horn from the Taskmaster. This podcast is often described.
That's a great joke.
One of my favorite jokes ever. By the way, I'm pretty sure we missed a load of stuff. So if there are any extra vilifying comments or good points, feel free to comment, correct, or add to our disdain.
All right. So see you next time for Passenger 57. Laters, fucks.
Bye.
I'm going to redo mine. Get off my plane.
I've had it with these motherfucking people on a motherfucking podcast.